The villain of Sonic 2 was Knuckles, the villain of Sonic 3 is Shadow, and the villain of Sonic 4 will be Silver. I'm surprised we're already speculating about Sonic 4, but this is a really fun conversation to have. And personally, I don't want Silver to be the villain for Sonic 4. A lot of people want Metal Sonic to be the main villain, but I really want it to be a mix of Metal Sonic and Metal Overlord from Sonic Heroes. Now, before I keep going, if you have no idea who Silver the Hedgehog is, he's basically this pincushion who was 200 years from the future, and his sole purpose is to save his timeline by fixing things that caused it in the past. And on top of that, he has telekinetic power, so he can move things with his mind. Now, Silver was first introduced in Sonic 06, where he wasn't exactly a villain, he was just mainly an instigator who always had beef with Sonic because he thought he was the reason why one of the main villains of Sonic 06, Iblis, existed due to Sonic being the Iblis trigger. But it wasn't until Shadow knocked some sense into this gummy worm and told him that the guy who told him this information, Mephiles, lied to him about who Sonic actually was, and then later Silver became allies with Sonic. Now, I do want Silver to show up in the Sonic franchise at one point, but to be completely honest, I'm kind of tired of the villain becoming a hero narrative. I mean, we see that all the time in the Fast and Furious franchise, who ironically are the same people producing the Sonic movies, and we've seen it with Knuckles already. We are probably going to see it with Shadow because they are not arch enemies, and if Silver gets introduced, I hope that same formula doesn't get rehashed. I would much rather have Silver be an ally from the jump and have the main villain be a villain and nothing else, similar to Metal Sonic, Iblis, Eggman, or even Chaos. So overall, after Sonic 3, try not to introduce villains that will eventually be Sonic's friends. Just sprinkle in some villains that will forever do villainy, and then maybe we go back to that formula where someone like Blaze is a bad guy.